welcome back to A Scotsman in Egypt, Crusader Kings 2 edition. My name is Vantis Strider, and thanks again for joining. So let's not let her take the faith focus, because we want her to have the heritage focus. So let's gain more gold, more prestige. We're going to keep upgrading our posts here. Let's just bump up our trade practices, and that's going to let us increase all of these things to level 2, and that's going to be quite helpful. And hopefully... Oh, we just lost patient. You're starting to frustrate me, folks. Okay. Emir Athanasios. Why aren't you dying? Like, what's going on here, fella? Oh, good. Bishop Aaron will join us for a little bit of gold. Mayor Farhan will join us. That should bump us back up. And in the meantime, do you know what we should be doing? One, we should have disbanded those troops a long time ago. And two, let's start launching some more conquests. Don't have enough piety. Wow, I'm losing 1.3 a month because I'm a lustful, unworthy hermetic. Do you know what? That's fine, let's holy war him. And these folk are still tributaries, which is a shame. Alright, start marching there, folks. No, I'm not joining your war. I don't know if you're winning or losing, buddy, but I'm not joining your war. It will be better for him to not know. And let's sell off some more land in Cairo. Reason to arrest him sounds pretty good to me. And now let's head down straight to Trinketat. Okay, one of my boys just became Catholic, but he's still Bedouin. So, hurry up, turn him Scottish. You've only got a couple of years left. And my head's in the clouds again. I've expressed a curious notion over supper this evening. I miss your conversation, my lord, Abassa said, taking another sip of a drink. It's all astronomical phenomenon with you these days. Surely you could take some nights off from your research. One does not simply take a break from this task. But she's halfway decent, so let's spend some more time with my missus. And enough is enough. On a dark sheet lies bright dots scattered around, dancing in random fashion. No matter how much time I spend staring into the sky, no pattern reveals itself for me. Well, that's fine. I've already completed that mission once, and we just won the war for Trinketat. So, let's disband all these troopers. And let's let everybody else disband their troopers. And now, let's go for another holy war. So, 2 kids are missing their focus. So, let's see. Princess Asiya. Dougal, do you think you could be of assistance? There we go. Chance of becoming Scottish. Literally don't care who I'm giving the women to. They're not going to be staying in my court, unfortunately. They all get married off. And, ooh, Prince Galib here is actually quick. So, well done you. That's pretty handy. Let's fire you off to Dougal as well, who at this point must absolutely love me. Let's see. Yes, let's give him to Roy. He's been entrusted with 4 wards, but I insulted him somehow. So, that's a bit of a pain in the backside. Alright, you are good Scottish Catholic. Let's raise you to be totally not a priestess. And you will be our spy master. That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, let's give him a Pewanda. Okay, Sheikh Abubakir of Manupura. Where's this guy? Now let's let's revoke these titles from him. Oh, we're just... So he is now considered properly Scottish. Good for her. And can't give these lands over yet because I want to introduce him to the realm, but it's not letting me. So let's just make him a quick horoscope, and then we'll give him the Emirate of Damietta. If he's now properly Scottish. Let's encourage the development of his stewardship. News from China. The people of Tibet probably never knew why the benevolent emperor chose to attack Sempo Purgyal Trazong Ditz. That is one hell of a name. Holy shit. But they suffered a crushing defeat, and Han armies are journeying home to celebrate as their victory has finally been declared. Let's go have a look at you, sir. Are you a tributary now? Lots of defensive pacts against Tibet. Well, doesn't seem to be. And Yazid is now Scottish. And he's just constantly carrying around an abacus. Just such a good boy. Oh yeah, we declared that war, and then we totally forgot about it. Because I am smart and make good decisions in this game. Alright, let's march on south. Let's march slightly less far south. Good, good. Where's your what? That shouldn't be your educator. We don't want you to be Bedouin. Let's see, who do you have in your court? Do you have Scots as well? Let's hope you have Scots. No, not for you. Don't want it to be you. Okay. Let's pick a Scot in this court. Ian Strathern. There we go. Let's assign a guardian for Muslahidden. And let's get Annabella to be his educator. And this gent, Yazid, do we have enough esoteric power? We don't. Let's just have him focus on becoming a very wealthy individual. We have no wealthy individuals in our court. What about Ian? Does Ian have any wealthy individuals? Let's assign you as a guardian for Yazid here. Let's see. Is that the right one? I've lost track. Yes, Prince Yazid, the 12-year-old. And you're a misguided warrior. Well, that is just... You are so trash. Okay. If someone kills off my son, I'm not going to complain. Good. The Catholicism spreads. And let's become a paragon of virtue. Why the hell not? The army's now all grouped up. Avianos, I don't know who are you. Does anyone want any of these prisoners I've got? None of them have any use to me. And let's just start this siege. Boom. Let's let her get brooding. No, she got timid because, again, fuck me, right? Okay, let's disband all of those troops, and now we're going to go for Alodia. Well, like I said, I don't really mind if people start trying to kill Abdul. We've got lots of other little Scottish Catholics. Oh, it's an interesting flask, the Crusaders. Oh, I'm about to get blown up. Nope, I'm not. My guards detain the innkeeper, pull open the floorboards to reveal a massive pit of manure beneath the inn. The innkeeper confesses to have been paid to ignite the manure once we were seated, blowing everyone to Kingdom Come, but his employer has concealed his or her identity. And let's get secrets throughout the world. And let's not raid anyone's lab. That never ever turns out well. Just, I don't know if that one's just for me or if it's just a thing for everyone, but I always seem to end up getting captured and ransomed. Ooh, interesting. Suddenly we have the option to become potentially immortal. Let's summon the council. Go hit the books. See what crops up here. Well, you're a Bedouin Catholic. It's a bit of a shame you didn't become Scottish, but you might be useful to your brother. And Prince Abdul is apparently going to make a fine steward. Just had another son. Child lacks an education focus. Fantastic. Let's get a decent commander in here. It's the best marshal we've got. Well, again, let's just find the highest marshal we've got anywhere near us. So it's a sign or a guardian for Kyrodin here. Let's just get the biggest marshal you've got. We can imprison him. We'll try that in a moment. Yeah, try and save my kid. You've accepted the guardian contract. Let's confront Rasa. Let's denounce both of them. My wife's been cheating on me. How terrible. Oh, there's one tribe. Oh, good. We've got the unit coming in from Hindustan. That's always useful. And let's see. Well, there's a Bedouin Sunni, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but he's a reasonable commander and a loyal servant, so we'll bring him in. Okay, a holy sigh. When you check on Wali Akin to inquire about the search, you find him slumped over his books, sound asleep. You clear your throat loudly and he sits up straight, drowsy eyes darting panickedly about the room before suppressing a yawn. Well, do you know what? We're not actually going to try all that hard for this. We're just going to tell him to sleep it off. Because as fun as Immortal is, it's going to make it a lot more difficult to be a Scotsman in Egypt. So, now that we've won that war, and we've got our legalism up, let's move over to the religious revocation law, and let's start revoking these titles here. He says no. Well, he can say no if he likes. Thank you. Oh no. Fortunately, these guys have something vaguely resembling a brain. De jure in Nubia is part of that. So let's just grab one of my Scottish sons. There you go. Have the Sheikdom of Nubia. There you go, my boy. And let's see, we've got Blemia here. We've got the whole thing available. Except for this idiot. Give me your shit. And let's also revoke these lower titles. Yeah, wrong type of holding because that's tribal. Let's get a new Chancellor. I will not be blackmailed. Piss off. Okay, let's take the tribe. Let's buy in. Why not? Secret heresies just popped up. And China's at war with itself. The Frank, the Saracen, and the Tartar. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. You surrender. Good. Now, give me all of your titles, just absolutely all of them. Let's see. Any useful ones in particular? No. We're just going to have to give the whole duchy to this fella here. Bam. And now let's move our troops over to deal with this gent. And what do you want? No, you can piss off trying to raise my kids in a Muslim fashion. Actually, do you know what? Before we finish dealing with this civil war, let's just call it quits again here for now. Thanks very much for joining me, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Hello there, boys and girls, and welcome back to A Scotsman in Egypt, Crusader Kings 2 edition. So we've just had a civil war break out, and we're in the middle of getting rid of all our Miaphysites over here, so we can replace them with good, strong Scottish Christian offspring. And then we're going to start soldiering into Abyssinia. They've got roughly the same amount of troops as us, and they have no holy orders yet. So, with any luck... There we go, there's another good Scottish Catholic son. Let's add 30% salt. And we're just going to siege this holding down. Your inn will soon be open to the public, but one last detail demands your attention before the opening night. Some form of act or spectacle will need to be booked to keep the guests around. After scouring the lands for what passes for entertainment, you conclude that the following options are available. A lengthy sermon on the evils of vice by a local clergyman. That sounds highly appropriate for a bar. Sure, all the pubs and bars in Scotland are filled with priests lecturing about the evils of vice. It's just that they're also saying that after 3 bottles of fucking whiskey. We can also get a travelling bard from distant lands, a renowned eunuch castrato singer, or a wild ass that allegedly speaks and recites poetry. Let's just go with the travelling bard. You know, it's a fucking it's not the opera house. We don't need a castrated eunuch singing about having no balls. It's Scotland. If you want to sing about having no balls, you get pissed and write a song about your wife. Okay, now, can we declare war on you? No, because you're a suzerain. Just ever so inconvenient. Alright, child lacks an education focus. Stick you to heritage, and you are Prince Jabir. Has any of your brothers actually created a court yet? This fella has. And let's assign... no, I'm going to need to pick someone in this court, haven't I? There we go, there's Jabir. And let's have Jabir pick... Let's just go with Dermot. And, yes, let's see. We have an opening for a steward. We don't have any good stewards, fortunately. So we'll go with Mukhtar for now. We've got a very, very malcontent council, but that is okay for the time being. And luckily, Emir, really, you've already had a kid? This time the murder of your family will be swift. Alright, let's raise every single trooper available to me. Let's march them over here, and we're going to hire the... Let's see, who's nice and cheap, but still halfway decent. Not the Bulgarian band, because they're under strength. We'll get the Peshenek band, and we're just going to march them over here as well. Yes, let's tutor the Caliph, who actually does quite like me, which is pretty handy. There we go. Keeping the mead flowing. The bard you hired for Urin's opening night was from far away and spoke a peculiar language, yet despite this there was a strangely compelling elegance and rhythm to his poetry and song. At least people seem to think so. Sales were good, so you see no reason to complain. Gained 15 gold. Salt trick actually seems to have worked. Who would have thought? The thirst of your guests seems unquenchable, and mead sales exceeds expectation. Who the fuck is making mead in Egypt? Like that I'm pretty sure there's not even bees in Egypt. Oh well, we've got Sultan Bakar of the Ukailid Sultanate over here for some reason. He seems to have managed to break free, as well as the Duke of Armenia. We'll need to try and make an alliance with him later. And Emer Gilchrist has finally succeeded in his studies. Unfortunately, also the effects of me granting him so much land has also worn off. The opening night of your inn has concluded and the time has come for you to move on from this venture and resume your other duties. Whatever else can be said, you've learned many valuable lessons on running a business. A buyer is ready to take the inn off your hands, a tidy little profit for you. He's getting a little bit of stewardship, a little bit of gold, so it was quite good. And the Avar Khaganate was established in Europe in 567 after the Avars had migrated into the Carpathian Basin from the east. They crushed the Gepids and allied with the Lombards to form a strong realm in the area. For long periods they alternated between conflict and truce with the Eastern Roman Empire and had close dealings with the Lombard kings. Now, however, this once proud realm has fallen. The area is no longer ruled by the Avar dynasty and shall once again be known by the ancient name of Pannonia. Most likely, yes, being taken over by a Bulgar. That is quite the little empire they're starting to carve out here. Sic transit gloria mundi, so goeth the world. And we've got a mystic has arrived. Let's hear the woman out. No, because Jabir we want to also be Scottish, so stop trying to change to faith. I swear they do this just to be difficult. Alright, an intriguing encounter with Tisabuti the oh, this lady's probably the real deal. Oh no. I do want to be immortal, it's always a lot of fun. Where did this asshole get even more troops? He hired them. He hired them. Oh well, anyway, an intriguing encounter. When you heard about the alleged mystic, you pictured someone very youthful. However, you did not picture a child. At first you were inclined to laugh. Who is this bizarre little girl? However, you can tell within minutes that Tisabuti is no ordinary child. Her somber manners are actually rather unsettling. She tells you tales of faraway realms and distant times, heavy with symbolism and hidden meaning. While it is very strange to hear such words spoken by someone so young, the vividness of her stories makes you wonder if she experienced them all herself. She promises to tell you more if you accept her as a teacher. So here's the thing, when you get one of these mystics in, the first thing you want to check is whether or not their primary stat is above a base of 9. If it's above a base of 9, they're probably legitimate. If they're below a base of 9, they probably aren't. Now Tisabuti here, well, it looks like she is the real deal, and it would be a lot of fun to be immortal. This would be quite entertaining to go through if we've managed to make our first ever ruler immortal. The problem is, at that point, it becomes quite difficult for us to actually go ahead and become Scottish and Catholic ourselves. So, what we would need to do if that were the case is we would basically be hoping that our vassals start flipping some of their territories to Catholic and Scottish. If they do, we could move over, we could take that realm, or we can start working on shipbuilding technology. We'll sail up and we'll conquer Scotland itself. I'm pretty sure we can't have any actual interactions with him here. Yeah, he's too distant to interact with, so we would actually need to do some island hopping along the way as well. Could maybe take out the Canaries. But I always like to see how long they can last. And we have no ships at the moment anyway. So we're going to need to have a hard think about this one, if it actually happens. But let's take a chance. Let's become let's have a chance of becoming immortal. Could be kind of entertaining. And we just lost that fight fast. What the hell happened? Why should I settle for one woman or two or a dozen? The carnal pleasures of the flesh beckon, and let no man say you are undeserving. Well, let no man say I was undeserving. I think we're going to need more troops. So let's go for the Shame we can't really get many heavy infantry. That would probably be quite effective here. So let's go for the Tuareg company to join us. And we're just going to retreat over here straight away. So, a serious concern. Prince Abdul joins you after supper one evening. He initiates a conversation about the status of trade in the realm, but you notice that he seems distraught. You interrupt Abdul and demand to know why he has sought you out. My dearest father, I fear for your life, he says earnestly and seizes your hand. Who is this sacrilegious heathen you have invited to your court? Her promises are sweet, I am certain, but she cannot be trusted. Please, father, allow me to find out her true motive before it is too late. Nonsense! I'm sure you're overreacting. You're just a dumbass anyway. No, I'm not staying in the factions. I'm not even joining any at the moment, but I refuse to stay out of them on general principle. And let's just mass up all of our soldiers here. And then we can start hitting these guys like the hammer we are. Alright, Timid. Timid's never going to turn into anything useful for Marshall, so that really is just a kick in the teeth. Indolence, not exactly fantastic either, but we're going to try and train this gent here as a steward. We're just going to throw him at pay 1. And here we go. Let's start getting everybody in. We just had another kid. We're so fertile. This is ridiculous. Okay. Where is one of my kids? Let's assign Prince Nizam here to the first Scottish Catholic we find in your realm. There we go. Your son Jabir has, through the teaching of Dermot, been studying the principles of the Catholic faith. How nice. He's given me the Emirate of Tabri. Interesting. That's way the fuck north. I'm pretty sure I didn't get any vassals with that. I've just gained a duchy that somebody else wants. Alright, let's see. Did I gain? No, I gained no land up there. Okay, well, do you know what? Having that duchy title is going to help with our prestige. So, I'm not going to turn my nose up at that one. And we've mustered even more troops in here. A fallen man, Tisabuti, and you are walking side by side through the capital as she patiently explains the principles of reincarnation and immortality. Yazid, my friend, remember that karma is not only produced when you act. Everything you think, say, and cause is also karma. While good deeds yield sweet fruits, punya, unkindness brings forth spoiled fruits. Pap. I'm pretty sure this woman's just making up sounds now. Pap? That just sounds like she got bored at the end of her sentence. Just pap. Your walk has brought you to a rundown alley where a man in tattered clothes sleeps in the doorway. As you approach, the stench of alcohol and vomit becomes unbearable. Tisabuti tells you that the man was cheated of all his savings and how he fell into despair when the local authorities refused to help him. It seems like Tisabuti wants you to pity him, but you cannot force yourself to do so. My heart aches for this man. I will give him the money he lost. Not while I'm paying for mercenaries, I won't. I understand his suffering, but he should have persevered. The man has only himself to blame. I see what you're trying to do, Tisabuti, but I won't be manipulated. Well, we're not going to abandon the quest. We're just going to understand his suffering and think he should have persevered. Tisabuti nods contentedly at your words. Most people understand the value of compassion and a good deed, but few understand the true meanings of honesty. Before we can grow, we must learn to accept our failings. You have taken the first step on the journey. Tisabuti's words really resonate with you, and during the walk home, you intently listen to her lesson. You soak up every word and decide to make a change in your life. If you have taken the first step, surely taking the next will be easier. Yay, I'm just. Yep, confront Emir Salah. He acts shocked and denies having an affair. Oh, okay then. Pay to have them both watched. That seems suitable. And, ooh. Bloody River Nile is getting in the way. Do not want to fight these guys downhill. Pelusha, yeah, literally just everywhere that we can attack these guys from. We've got a river crossing, so I guess we don't really have a choice but to ignore him completely for the time being and go and siege his holdings. Who's sieging? Oh, there's just what's left of a Miaphysite uprising. That's fine. And just realised we've paused there automatically. And let's try and make another spy master. There we go. No, piss off. And we've improved our relations for our lord, and we're losing tribes, but again, that's fine. But at last I have died, and I am now Sultan Abdul of Egypt. And I'm a good, strong fucking Scot, eh? Shite at everything, but do you know what? That's just what all the alcohol did to my weak Arab system. My kids will miraculously turn white over the years, because repeated Scottish births will apparently change skin colour in Egypt. But at that point, they'll be able to handle a drink. Alright, we've a new heir, that's fine. So, Sultan Yazid is with the Uris in paradise at age 69. He died of cancer. A greedy man, he often remarked on the need to tax his people into space. A wicked man, Yazid will surely pay for his sins in the afterlife. In the meantime, Sultan Abdul, being an idle man, we fear nothing will come of his reign. You think nothing's going to happen? Would you not maybe want him to die fairly sharpish? Alright. We can put up with this for the time being. And we can't join the Hermetic Society, because we don't have a high enough learning. I don't want to change over to that. I'll change over to Scholarship in a little bit when we can get the Build Observatory's decision. But we won't do that now, because we need to improve our martial in this time of war. I don't mind keeping them around. Thanks for making me a Chancellor. What is my ambition? Become a Councillor. Nice. Wrong type of holding in Demesnes. I hold this directly, do I? Well, that's fine for now. But I also hold all of this stuff. Can I get more levies then? I can get more levies. Good. That might make it so that I actually have the ability to whack this guy. And because we're now Catholic, we have agnatic Gavelkind succession. So that's a bit of a pain in the backside. We're going to need to bump up our legalism again. And since you're apparently just going to get slaughtered, let's just disband this little group. And let's see here. Where is the river crossings? Manipura, Damietta and Alexandria. In other words, again, all three places. But that's okay, because we're going to take this trade post, get a little bit of gold out of it. Jabir's now Scottish, and now because we outnumber these guys so much, we're just going to absolutely whack them. And let's just quickly begin sieging everything down. And it's a shame I didn't see what that alert was, but it was probably just telling me another kid became Scottish and Catholic, so that's not too bad. In the meantime, I think I've got... Do I have any... I'm sure there's someone of my dynasty somewhere. Yep, there we go. Ah, he's my nephew. But he is a good Scottish Catholic, so let's grant him land in the Emirate of Blemia. Can we pass that over? Just give him all the land? Cool. Excellent. I mean, he's a bit slow, but he's apparently incredibly cunning. There's just so many. Very, very annoying. Neophysite rebels. And we've got open council positions actually, so let's start filling those out. Always nice having a loyal spy master. It's always very helpful. And let's start collecting taxes, and we can buff up this trade post, which I keep forgetting to do. And for an ambition, what do we choose? Let's choose... Let's Griminaire. And let's siege that. And now let's go down here and unsiege this. There we go, there's an Muhallabid revolt. And I've just gone up an education trait. That's always pretty handy. So I'm now a tough soldier. That's another +2 martial. So that's very, very nice for us. And we're just going to follow these guys over here. Now, he seems to have run out of money, it would appear, to pay for his mercenary. No, he hasn't. He's just... We just killed enough of them, I suppose. So we can probably get rid of some of our mercenaries pretty soon. But I don't think we will, actually. I think we're just going to use them to siege down these holdings. Ah! I'm out of money. Well, that definitely could have been worse. Okay, time to borrow money from the Jews. I was looking at my prestige tab because I'm a moron. Okay, let's make you a diplomat. Well, let's just throw you to her. And what about yourself? What can we do with you? Not really a huge amount, so let's just make you a diplomat and as well. We'll just throw you at somebody. There you go. There we go. Good Scottish parenting right there. Just, fuck it. And we've slain the leader of the revolt. Good, he surrenders. And now let's just disband all of these troops right now. Let's see. We are definitely going to be revoking the Republic from you. That's it. Sorry, but I am not. Just not at all. You're my direct vassal. Why can't I revoke a title from you? It's just going to take a second to update. Well, don't know what's going on there, but that's a little bit annoying because I did want to go and start getting rid of people. Why can't I revoke your titles? Something weird and funky's going on here. Alright, we're just going to call it there for just now. Sometimes this does happen coming out of revolts. I usually find if you just restart the game, that'll fix it. So I'm going to leave the recordings here for now. And thanks very much for watching, guys. And we'll pick this up shortly. See you again next time.